Hi, everyone. Welcome to NACCU Vendor Demo Days. We are about to start the ColorID demo. So let's get started. From ColorID, we have David Stallsmith, Director of Product Management. David, I'll turn it over to you.
Great. Thanks a lot, John. And welcome everyone to ColorID's presentation of the modern campus for NACCU Vendor Demo Days. Zoom gives us some backgrounds and, it's always like, should I be in the office? Should I show a bedroom? There was a bridge that Zoom gave me. And I thought, man, that's perfect because I have a slide with a crazy looking bridge. And the modern campus concept that ColorID is trying to talk about with everybody these days is about building bridges. We want campus identity to be connected to everything. And we have some tools, and that's why what we're going to do today in our presentation and demos. We're going to be talking about connecting everything and making it all work together, building bridges, not fences. All right. So, big news for those of you who haven't heard, just in the last few weeks, ColorID is now certified to support mobile credentials in Apple Wallet, Google Wallet, and the devices. Only a short list of companies are certified to offer these, and we are part of that elite group now. So we used to get questions. We talk about mobile credentials. We have a lot of customers using mobile credentials that are not in the wallet, and that's by choice. But we'd be talking to other people and they'd say, yeah, but can we get a wallet credential? And well, yeah, we're working on that. Well, now we're here. We got it. So CardExchange Cloud, which is now a ColorID software, was built to manage mobile and physical credentials. We've started with HID Mobile. So that is available right now in Apple Wallet, Google Wallet, and devices. And we will be offering and connecting other credentials from other manufacturers soon. This is a high priority for us. So let's take a look at CardExchange Cloud. Many of you have probably seen some of this, if not all of it, but that never hurts to go over it. It keeps growing and expanding, especially with the mobile support now. CardExchange Cloud is a cloud service, and it manages identities. It creates issues and manages the life cycle of all your credentials. So identity comes in from your various systems, from student information system, from HR, from access control, anywhere you need data to come into the identity management system, it can be picked up in real time or on a schedule by CardExchange Cloud. Creates issues the credentials, physical and or digital, manages the life cycles. Credentials are then replaced when they're lost or broken or new phone, or they're removed, and then the connected systems downstream, which can be, and I'll say this more than once, the access control system, your one card system that manages your transactions, library, print copy, any of your various systems that need to know your identity data, they will be alerted. A card was removed, a new number was issued for this person. And so those systems will be updated automatically and in real time. And all of this is logged. So let me get to our demo. This is the card exchange interface. So when you come to work every day and you're working with your credentials, you'll come here, you log in, username, password, or single sign off if you prefer, and you scroll through, and everybody in your organization is here. It can be, we have 100,000 users in here at some instances. So we have others that use it for 500. It's cloud. It can do it, large and small. Let's pick a user. Let's take a look at what's going on here. So for any one active user in CardExchange Cloud, we have a photo, and um, we can look at the history for photos that have been uploaded through CardExchange Cloud. And we see here two that have been here. One is on file as the selected photo, but there's another one there. If we wanted, we could select that. We could delete those. Always handy to know what other photos have been submitted, if first of all, to verify identity, and secondly, maybe there's another photo somebody wants to use. You have that option. All this information here is up to you. You can put whatever you want in here, up to 16 free fields. You may print 3 of 20 fields here. You may print all 20. It's up to you. Um, you can store address details if you want to mail cards, but really useful here, unique to CardExchange Cloud in some ways, is profile. So this particular person has a marketing profile, which means they exist within the system as an identity in marketing. And so that profile can have its own credential. Maybe the marketing person can go into a certain building on a campus, and so they will get a certain card for that. But then if they go to NACCU, maybe they just get a plain plastic card, and you're going to print them a card, and you have a profile for that too. Each profile has a start date and an end date. Those can be pre-configured or configured on the fly. This can be, like I said, this can be done manually, or all of this data can be imported from other systems. It's up to you how you want to do that. Each profile then has credentials. You or not. You can have a profile that doesn't have a credential, but typically would create a profile and then issue credentials to it. So here's an example for the marketing profile. Uh, our demo site, 2 credentials have been issued. One was issued and then blocked. In other words, it was lost, or in this case, yeah, block reason lost. Let's take a look at the actions, the history. So here, 4 people in our demo site have come in here and issued and then produced and activated and then blocked. And we have a record of each of those people and when they did these actions. So very good auditing for compliance if you have that requirement. When did somebody get this card? Who made it? What happened? It was lost. Okay. And when was it replaced by whom? All of that is logged here. So very helpful information there. Another profile can have a different credential if you choose. It's up to you. It can be a plain card. It can be a MyFair Desfire. It could be a CIAS or any card that you select and predetermine. Now, so far I've been talking about cards in this context, and they can be printed from CardExchange Cloud. But if I look at what's available here, HID Mobile, in addition to others that we have preloaded for this account, which are all plastic, but HID Mobile also is an option. So we could, if I click create, issue a mobile credential to this person, to that profile. And this is through an integration with the HID Mobile portal, Origo. We'll send a request to HID, automatically create that credential, send it to this person's phone, and whether it's a mobile wallet credential or an in-app credential, which uses Bluetooth for communication, they will get that credential in an email or the link to that in their phone. And at that point, they will be able to provision their phone with that credential. Let me just hop to that here in a minute. Where is that? All right. And so just because it's demo days, let's take a look. And I will run with stop action. Oh, provisioning of a mobile credential in the Apple Wallet. Most of you would be familiar with this, but we can do it too. So now I'm showing it to you. ident is the app in CardExchange that can hold a credential, or just download the credential and then provision the wallet. So first thing it has you do, you need to create a PIN for the app. And then once you have that, then you're going to click a button, and that will, you select credential, and then it's ready to redeem. So you just follow the prompts, add pass to the wallet, and there it is being added to both iPhone or Apple Watch, your choice. And then the last selection here is to make it an Express Pass if you choose to do that. Now, Express Pass is particularly interesting. This is, again, your choice if you choose this protocol. But as you can read here, it will automatically work without Face ID or passcode. In other words, just hold your iPhone or Apple Watch near a reader, and the pass will be read from the wallet from black screen. HID Mobile is also set up in the app supported by CardExchange to communicate from black screen with a reader using the app-based Bluetooth communication, but Wallet does the same thing. So very smooth here. As you saw, this is less than 30 seconds to provision a credential in the Apple Wallet or Google Wallet, which is also available. And then these things are live and can be used at doors. We're not the first ones to do this in higher ed, obviously. some other companies have been doing this for a long time, but we're happy to be here and offer this now. And we feel that we have a unique approach to this because we are not a one card system provider. We are an identity management system provider. So moving forward to the end of the demo here, music keeps playing, credentials redeemed, placed against reader turns green, door opens.
Hey,
All right,
David,
got
we've
the
got a couple questions from Mario Martinez that you might want
yeah,
to answer now.
yeah, absolutely.
The first question Mario asks is, are you all Texas Ramp and FedRAMP certified?
We're getting there.
Okay.
CardExchange Cloud is ISO 27001 certified and has other compliance. TexRamp is a challenge, but it's on the map and we're working on it.
Okay, and his second question is the Express mode supported in Android or Samsung wallets?
That's a good question. I'll have to get back to you on that. This is
Okay,
brand new stuff and I don't know.
okay, all right.
We watched it on the iPhone. I don't know what it does. It should be. But yeah, great question. So Mario, thanks for those questions. We'll get to work on that. All righty, let's get back to where I was. I was in my controller interface. I had issued and created an HID mobile credential. Any other questions, Sean?
We've
Uh,
got a question from Christy Keck.
yeah.
Actually, it looks like the question's gone. So, nope,
Okay.
we're good.
Okay. No, it's very good. Thanks. Yeah. So yeah, we're part of that exciting world now. And we're offering this in a little different format than it has been issued in higher ed so far because the large tech giants of Silicon Valley chose only to issue these kinds of wallet credentials through certain kinds of companies, and that's opening up now. And so ColorID is one of the first to get out there with this in a slightly different form. It's still a wallet credential. It still works in the background. Your phone will still continue to work for the wallet credential, even when it shows it's run out of battery in most cases. It's just being managed with a different software platform. So other things, let me just wrap up the demo of CardExchange Cloud here. Photos, CardExchange Cloud does have its own photo processing and management built in. There's an app, people can upload photos. It is, I will show RemotePhoto in just a minute. There is a little bit of a contrast between the two, but CardExchange Cloud does allow you to upload driver's licenses and then compares the two photos and gives you a score based on the comparison of the facial images. It is in the process of getting to background removal, not quite there yet, but it's built in. It's in the same interface. It works well. You can also upload photos from a file, or they can be brought in automatically through API or file transfer, ODBC, any connection available from your other systems. CardExchange can handle it. You can also export photos if you choose to do that. Production is where you print cards, and CardExchange Cloud prints to a Windows client that can sit on Windows machines anywhere in the world on a network, and you plug printers into those Windows machines, and CardExchange Cloud can print to them. It also is integrated with Fargo Connect, which I will talk briefly about here in a minute, and that provides a very nice non-Windows approach for printing cards. So last thing, reports. So CardExchange Cloud you can create your own custom reports. Anything that CardExchange is aware of, it will be able to report on. And then as far as configuring your CardExchange Cloud software, there are a lot of user configurable features here. So ColorID will help you set up and get things the way you want them when you first start in, as simple as, what's your photo crop ratio. Um, anything in card exchange then can be configured or changed by the end user also through this additional tool that's part of the card exchange cloud interface. um, I did say that data comes in from any of your connected systems. Credentials are issued, ID numbers are logged, created, managed, and then sent to any downstream systems. So that this is really what Card Exchange Cloud is built to do, and it will support any of these various um, uh, methods for credentials. So we got all that. Um, as we just talked about, it supports Apple and Android devices. It issues physical and mobile IDs seamlessly, and the wallet or app-based or Bluetooth or in-app, everybody agrees on wallet because the tech giants slap that label on there and they're sticking by it. But over on the other side, the Bluetooth side, um, there's several different labels for that. But the point is, the credential sits securely in an app on the phone and it communicates over Bluetooth. The really nice thing about that, as many of you know, you get to communicate that credential anywhere you want without asking permission. Apple Wallet is not required to communicate with a lot of readers. Google Wallet is not. Many readers have Bluetooth communication built in. The data is secure. It works very well. The manufacturers of the credentials keep improving the apps. And so it provides a really good way for migrating to mobile credentials over time. As everybody knows, there is a 100% use case requirement. We've heard there's some tolerance. They'll give you a little bit of time to upgrade this reader system or that reader system, but pretty soon all your readers have to be compliant to read a wallet credential. However, over on the app-based side, you don't have to do that. So you want to set up 100 credentials, start a proof of concept. You want to give residents of one res hall app-based credentials. You can do that. You don't have to provision all of your campus. You can do it as you want to at your own pace. Card Exchange Cloud supports both kinds of credentials and the cards, so you can do it however you want. You can mix and match. You can take your time. You can take a year. You can take 10 years. As we've watched people migrate from magstripe to high frequency contactless cards, easily 10 years is not an unreasonable migration period. So same thing can be handled by using different modalities with the mobile credentials. Other credentials that are being integrated right now, Wavelengths, Legion, Salto, Legic even is on the roadmap for our European friends. And this is a possibility. You can have two different kinds of credentials in a wallet or in apps on a phone. So you have Schlage locks in the res hall, you have HID readers on the academic buildings. You could have two different apps with credentials or wallet credentials to open those doors. Um, Card Exchange Cloud, though, point is it scales with your evolving credential and wallet platforms. I said that I would talk briefly about Fargo Connect. This is an HID product. Kind of an interesting thing about this in higher ed is one of the larger customer bases for Fargo Connect has been CS Gold customers and Odyssey. So Seaboard folks, right? Those systems are supposedly coming to an end before long. So and Fargo Connect is really nicely integrated with those. I mean, our customers that use Fargo Connect with those systems are generally very happy. The printing stuff sits in the background. Fargo Connect works great with those systems. We don't have an indication of whether that will be supported in the replacing systems that are coming. So Fargo Connect may or may not continue to be part of your plans based on how you choose to upgrade your systems. CardExchange Cloud does fully support Fargo Connect. In this slide here in front of us, the identity partner portal represents whichever your identity system management is, and that could be CardExchange Cloud, Seaboard CS Gold, your access control system. There are many of those that are integrated with Fargo Connect, and some schools do use it in that connection. The one thing Fargo Connect does very nicely is it provides a console or a tablet that is not Windows. And so your printer plugs into the console, you don't have Windows between your system that's creating the credentials and the printer itself. So works very nicely, does a good job. You can have up to 3 printers per console. Consoles sit on the network, they can go anywhere. Very briefly, in the spirit of uh, demo days, here is the Fargo Connect website. Oh, got to log in. That will be my colleague Todd today. Okay, great. And so here I am logged in, and we here at ColorID demo site. Just not much going on here. All of our Fargo Connect printers are offline, but we can see that, and they at one time or another they would be on here. Print jobs listed on the left, so we can see what's going on. Profiles are essentially these are the templates. So we can take a look at the templates. We can open a template. We can adjust them, change them. This should be pretty familiar. You can encode a mag stripe, add a mag stripe. You can set the parameters. It also will encode data. If you have a Legion custom data for DesFire, it can encode that. Um, so it's pretty versatile, and of course it'll read any HID card or encode those in the printer if you choose to do that. So it's a lot of support there for contactless cards and everything else you do with cards. You create your templates in the Fargo Connect interface. Again, not a Windows machine. You're doing it in the cloud with this very nice looking designer, and all the fields that you use on your card are mapped to your database, whether it's the integrated database. So it's CardExchange Cloud, it's your access control system, any other integrated system. Fargo Connect is only going to offer you those fields for your mapping of your data. All right, let's get back to PowerPoint. That's Fargo Connect. Brief shout out to RemotePhoto. I know they had a session earlier today. So for those of you who are available for that, you heard everything they have to offer. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. We love these guys. They're fun. They do a really good job. Their product competes, as you saw, a little bit with CardExchange Cloud in the photo part. But this group is super focused just on photo collection, and they are really intent on making it as good as it can be every single day. And they support their customers very well. Here at ColorID, we have a lot of RemotePhoto customers, and we see what they do. We as soon as there's a question, something needs to be updated, they are on it and they get it fixed. So they do a really good job. Let's just jump over to a quick demo of CloudCard, RemotePhoto by CloudCard. And let's take a look here, photos. And so many of you have seen this interface, I'm sure. The green, red, yellow bars also, as you saw in CardExchange, are here. It is thrown by the Photo Butler, I believe they call it now. They just changed the name. But interestingly, let's take a look at this. They now show for admins all the AI agents involved in making a decision about whether this photo should be approved. This is relatively new. It's not brand new, but relatively new. They have really jumped into the world of AI and are doing their best to bring really highly skilled agents to help you decide whether your photos should be approved or not, or can be auto approved if you so choose. So really moving that forward. This is a tool for photo collection. So if you're still taking pictures in the office, or people are emailing photos, or you have a system you don't like very much, but everything else is working, then RemotePhoto could be a really good solution for you. It also can be integrated with CardExchange Cloud, and we have some customers doing that. They love RemotePhoto. They don't want to give up what they have with RemotePhoto, but they want CardExchange Cloud for issuing, managing credentials. They're very serious about that, and they are going to keep both. So that's going on. With that, background removal. Yeah, RemotePhoto does a really nice job of background removal. Even this scruffy looking guy with the dark background there did pretty good. So they got that nailed down. Just a quick look at our modern campus jigsaw puzzle here. The point is, CardExchange Cloud, ColorID software connects everything, supports all different kinds of credentials. Whatever you want to do, the answer is yes. And we call that the modern campus. So with that, I'll jump out of this. And do we have any other questions?
Yeah, David. So we've got a question from Christy Keck. Are you
Yeah.
certified for Samsung Wallet?
Yes. Oh no, Samsung is coming. You're right.
Okay.
Good question. Yep.
Okay.
It's not Google. You're right. We're working on that.
Okay. And then we've got another question from Mario Martinez. And he might need to give us a little bit more context, but it said, his question is, would that be two differing passes in the wallet? You understand what he's asking?
Well, for example, you have an Allegiant and an HID. Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly
That's
it. For a site
that,
with HID and a Legion.
yeah, two different passes. Yep.
Okay. That
That's
is,
what we're, yeah. So yeah, great questions.
that is all the questions I have for right now. And, let's see here. Yeah, that covers all of our questions.
Well, then in that case, I have a minute, right?
Yeah.
Um, I made some of my own questions.
Okay. Good deal.
Normally one of my colleagues would be on this call and they say, "Oh, David, we have a couple more questions from the audience that I just thought of." Um, so this one does come up a lot. Would Card Exchange Cloud work with our one card system? We have Seaboard, we have Transact. What will it? Yes, it will. Absolutely. Um, what's the deal? Aren't we paying for the same thing twice? Do we have to get new printers? What cards work? Well, Card Exchange Cloud manages your identities and your credentials. And then the one card system can do everything else it does. Manages your transactions, it can connect to whatever systems you want to connect. It can do all that. But you can move the identity feature out of there. And that identity management is always some kind of module within the one card system anyway. So whether you use Card Exchange Cloud or whether you use the one they offer, it seems like you ought to have a choice. That's kind of what we're saying there. Um, and then I will continue to read my own questions. What systems will Fargo Connect work with? And that is access control systems, current one card systems, and Card Exchange Cloud. And does RemotePhoto integrate with everything we discussed today? And the answer there, like I said, the answer is of course, yes. So the point of all of this, from our viewpoint here at ColorID, is Card Exchange Cloud is here to connect and do whatever you can imagine on campus. And we would like to say the answer is always yes. So with that, I'll wrap it up.
Hey, David, quick question
Oh
from
yeah, yeah.
Mario. Any plans for entrust printing and encoding?
Card Exchange Cloud will support Entrust printers, but Instant ID, we don't really see a need to incorporate that. Card Exchange Cloud would be an alternative to Instant ID.
All right. All right. Well, thanks, David from ColorID for the demo.